Hey everybody, it's Party Elite welcoming you to the 50th episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. Ladies and gentlemen, such a massive milestone to hit. We're diving right back into Elite Zoo North for that milestone and taking that which scares us by the throat and bringing back the polar bears today. Just want to mention, as always, folks, if you've been enjoying this series and you'd like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. If you want, 10 more episodes, 20 more episodes, 50 more, 100 more, 1,000 more episodes, the best way to ensure that is by letting me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. It makes such a big difference. On top of that, I want to mention as well, I know I made a brief mention of it at the end of the last session, but episode 50, it's worth making a mention again, that if you've been watching along but you've decided not to subscribe so far, perfectly fair. Different people have different reasons for subscribing or not subscribing, but I humbly request that maybe if you've been enjoying, you do subscribe just so you get notifications when new episodes release, and apart from that, just get to keep up with other things on the channel. Maybe you'll find something you like. Anyway, no long introduction today. We're going to dive right into the action, basically right away. I want to get the polar bears in. We want to celebrate this huge milestone. And again, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you that's been watching along. Really, the reason why we're at such a milestone is because so many of you have been watching along. Y'all have been enjoying. Y'all have been, joining me. And of course, I've been enjoying the game as well. But the whole point of putting the videos up on YouTube is because y'all are enjoying it. So this would literally not be possible without you. So just want to let y'all know. I want to say thanks before we dive into our first time lapse, because like I said, no time to waste. We know exactly what we want to accomplish today. We're going to dive in, get those polar bears back, and the rest of the episode, we're going to keep an eye on our finances. We're going to make sure that the polar bears are sustainable. We're going to make sure everything is working okay with having the polar bears in, and we'll do a little bit of management stuff as well, obviously. But yeah, I guess the primary purpose is to celebrate the huge milestone with the polar bears coming back. One thing to check before we dive in is our financial situation. Let's keep this all in mind, so once the bears come in, we can compare before and after, and either celebrate or cry. By the way, I misspoke, and many of you pointed this out. I misspoke. Feeding polar bears is 15K per year, not per month. 15K per year, and that was when we had 3 polar bears, 2 adults and a baby. So 15K off of 74 or, whatever it might be, gives us wiggle room. Not 15K a month. My bad. I misspoke. Now, some of you pointed out that I am repaying a loan. I'm not. That was, must have been a misread or something. Yeah, I haven't had a loan since, like, December, our real-time December. So overall, looking pretty good. Halfway through the year, prox, and we're at 36K, so looking relatively consistent. Let's, oh boy. Let's dive on in. All right, folks, this one is, I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with the end result for this one. But I'll explain why when we actually get to it. Let's stay focused on the present, at least as far as the time lapse is concerned. A full rework is being done of the polar bear enclosure. Lots of work needs to be done here. I want to make sure that people are able to see the animals from as many angles as possible. I want to make sure we've got enough room for them as well. And I also want to make sure that there's some interesting experiences. So right off the bat, you can see I'm actually building said interesting experience. Well, a second one. The first one I would say is the Santa's house thing that we've got going on that I still need to complete, and I didn't focus on that this time lapse. This time lapse I wanted to focus on something else. So the experience we're building over here is based off of what many of you have been suggesting, and what I was thinking as well way back when, was it'd be nice to have like an igloo to look at the polar bears from. That'd be really neat. Except building an igloo with like the actual ice blocks or snow blocks or whatever wasn't really looking that good when we last tried it. So, as I was planning this enclosure out in my head, I knew exactly, I knew kind of how I wanted to actually execute the igloo idea. It's not really an igloo. Calling it an igloo is very incorrect and inaccurate, but it becomes a bit of a viewing dome. So using the, I believe there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are hexagonal pieces. I was like, how many? I forgot if we use the hexagons or what we ended up using. but using those pieces to build a hemisphere. Now, here's the thing. I mess up a couple of times, and you'll see that, and I want to keep that in the process because I want you to see how this is actually built. So basically, I've got the hexagonal piece, and I put them opposite each other. You have to have the right distance between them so you can make a full circle and end at the right spot. And those are the mistakes I keep making, is like getting that distance wrong. I didn't sit down with like a ruler or anything to actually guide myself. And eventually, I get the measurement correct, and then I go, wait a second, hold on. It's not how hexagons stack. And then I sit down and I literally stare at the screen to try and figure out how I'm supposed to make a match. And I was like, do I rotate them? No, well then I get these weird triangles. That's not what I'm looking for. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what I did wrong, and then I realized, right, these can't be single pieces. I have to make the little, beehive kind of thing and then duplicate it. So you can see I'm building that now and building the curve, like just that minor curvature into each segment over here, so when the time comes to make it into a circle, it'll actually have that curve, more or less accurately. And I'm just duplicating these in separate pieces and building the curve of the dome itself as well, like the one that goes over your head. So building that as we move up, and this was very meticulous, and it took a long time, but honestly, well worth it. I'm super happy with how it ends up looking, and I hope you all are too. But yeah, lots of time was taken in just getting those curves right, making sure it all fit correctly, and then it had to fit properly when the entire, sphere or hemisphere, I guess, was made as well. So I think I do a little bit more deleting shortly afterwards, as I realize I make some mistakes. But yeah, so you can see they fit pretty intricately, they fit pretty interestingly. It's not like the top isn't, perfect, like puzzle pieces slotting together, but I'm okay with the stranger kind of overlaps and whatnot. You can see I was about to switch to nighttime, so I had to save the zoo, and I'm glad I did. I would have probably, I don't know what I would have done if the game crashed and I hadn't saved. But nonetheless, we are in night mode now, trying to get the lighting done. You can see I put a solar panel down there because I needed some power up over here, and oh, I'm so happy with this. And I explained this after the time lapse as well, so I apologize for being repetitive, but basically in my mind, it's almost like you get to come all the way out here, in the quote-unquote middle of nowhere, so to speak, and you can see the stars from inside this dome. That's almost the experience I had in my head of like, you've moved far enough away from the hustle and bustle of the rest of the zoo, and now you can see the stars. Now, realistically, you wouldn't actually be able to see the stars. There's way too much light pollution, but this is an attempt at mimicking that. I was tempted to actually build a constellation into this. I was gonna make it like my star sign, because when in doubt, go with that, right? But I ended up just keeping it relatively plain and quote unquote generic, because I had something else in mind that I wanted to make sure was the star of the show, and we'll touch on that in just a moment's time. But you can see, I'm glad we have money to waste, because I had to delete the old pieces and duplicate this over, but in a moment's time, again, I'll realize I made a mistake, and I don't know when I made this mistake, but I made it. I go in to create the doorway in a moment's time, and I realize that I actually have 2 layers of glass on top of each other, and I don't know when that happened, but it did. So yeah, you can see this is where I go, wait a second, what's going on? So I have to go all the way back and delete individual pieces. Not sure why that happened, when that happened, but we cleaned that up, and we have to repeat. So it was an exercise in patience for sure, this time lapse, but totally worth it. 0 regrets. So here you can see now I'm building the dome, and I'm going step by step. I've built the the arc basically, and now rather than angle snapping, I'm visually lining up corners to make sure things are lined up properly. There's our dome completed, and then I have to just move it over the solar panel, and thankfully light still gets through, though I will in just a moment cap the top, and I think I do it right now, yeah. So I cap the top, and you'll see immediately, I quite like how the cap top looks as well, but immediately all the lights go out, because apparently light can't get through glass, not for the solar panel at least. So we have to leave the top open. That's okay. We'll get a heater inside. And now I'm building the actual entryway into this domed experience. So just fiddling around a little bit with like where to, how to angle the entrance, how to rotate the entry point and stuff like that. But I want to make sure it feels nice, right? I don't want to make take a shortcut here after all the effort we've already taken. I don't want to take a shortcut here, but oh man, it looks so nice. So happy with how it looks. Anyways, I saved this as a big glass dome because I want to use it later. And then we switch to daytime so I can see a bit more clearly. There is a bit more nighttime work to do, though. The big nighttime work happens later on in this time lapse. So this is a long time lapse. This is, I would say, one of the longest time lapses we've done in this series ever. It's among the longest for sure. And I felt like that was a nice note for our 50th session. I actually saw a couple comments that mentioned like, hey, you know, these the episodes are starting to get a little repetitive. You got to switch things up a little bit. And I appreciate feedback. So, you know, keep that kind of feedback coming. And I kept that in mind when I went into today's session, because I was like, all right, well, okay, why are these episodes starting to feel repetitive? What stagnates them? And how can I, flip that around? How can we improve upon that? Because again, that's why I ask for feedback, because then I can take it into consideration and work on it. So hopefully this, long time lapse with a very intricate build, with hopefully something you haven't seen before. I hope that makes this an interesting episode to watch. It was certainly an interesting one to play, trying to build this entire section out. And there's still work to do yet, but we do, I would say, 80 to 90% of it in this time lapse. Now here you can see I'm building sort of coverings for the underground area. So the glass dome kind of sticks out from the terrain. It's like an observation deck kind of a thing almost, I guess, is the best way to put it. But yeah, fiddling around with the terrain system is always brings me joy. But it actually cooperates pretty well this time around. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I could even add like a telescope or something to the top of this, and then it would really feel like an observatory rather than just an observation point. It'd be a full-on observatory. Anyway. We've got our dome done. There's pathing inside, gonna convert the terrain to snow. And I do believe decide to make our little polar plunge, as it's called. That was a name suggestion that I got a long time ago when we were first doing the polar bears. But the idea of watching the polar bears swim and all is very, I think we're all very keen on that. So I wanted to make sure I actually built a system so that as you're headed towards the little observation area, you can see these polar bears maybe swimming. If you're lucky enough that they're swimming as you walk by, you have a good view. And of course, I have to make sure the one-way glass is facing the right direction. But yeah, really happy with how that's looking as well. Overall, I'm a lot happier with this polar bear enclosure than I was with the first one we built. And I really liked the first one at the time when we built it. I was like, oh yeah, it's got paws, it's got the icebergs, this, that, and the other thing. But yeah, it had a lot of flaws as well. And I feel like this works a lot better. Now, with that said, I do add a couple of icebergs here and there because I can't help myself. But I don't overdo it or anything. But yeah, feeling pretty good about this. Now, I decided to use some of these snow pieces as well. And we use it around the dome, and we also use it underground as well, to try and blend, I guess is the word. Blend's not the right word. I didn't want all the terrain to seem like freshly fallen or soft snow. I wanted some of it to feel like packed snow, and like the chunkier snow. So I guess that's what I was going for. And I also wanted this space to be a space that the bears could climb on top of and maybe interact with this area. Imagine that as a view of the bears, right? So I wanted to do that, and you can see just fiddling around, duplicating it over to the other side. Nothing too insane going on over here, I don't think, but I do believe we're going to flip to night mode. Oh no, right. First things first, I decide to build the outer extents of our habitat. Now this actually ends up being too small. So we adjusted a bit more afterwards, but this ends up being too small. And it's crazy, the land and water requirements of the polar bears. It's still big. They reduced it, but it's still big. Anyway, adding some donation bins. Got to get some education boards and stuff as well. I decided to put down the climate change one as well as the ozone layer one, because those make sense, I would say, for the area we're in. And I decided to encase these guys as well. And I just remembered, trying to keep it in mind, but I wanted to get some visual effects in here. I want to get the misting one over here, so it feels like the snow, the fake snow, is like steaming, because I feel like that kind of matches the conversation we're having about climate change and whatnot. But I need to remember to do that next session. And then down over here as well, you can see I kind of get started on building this cave area. I do not complete this today because I was just like, this is becoming arduous. The time lapse again. This is, I think it was a 2 hours of almost 2 hours of recording. I can't remember now. But yeah, it was long. I was definitely starting to feel it as well. But I do get started on it, so notionally I get an idea of how it's going to look. And I do make a bit of a mistake over here, but we correct that in, well, shortly, I should say. But yeah, feeling pretty happy with how this entire space is looking. It's got that very, what's the word I'm looking for? I want it to feel like you're transported to the middle of nowhere when you get to this dome. So I wanted to make these ice caves and things like that. Rather than have it feel very like man-made, I guess, I wanted it to feel like okay, like it's still rather than make it feel made from modern technology. I wanted to feel like it was, you know, dug out and built by hand, and then you come out obviously the glass dome, which is modern technology, but I wanted you to feel like you're being transported to the middle of nowhere, and at that point the glass dome represents the sky rather than a glass dome. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm making sense. But yeah, just trying to, and here you can see me addressing the mistake I made earlier, which is I put down all those blocks of snow without realizing that I want to put facilities down over here and on the other side as well, because you come this far out, you're going to want, there's like a coffee shop, there's some merchandise info, all sorts of stuff over here. And I go over that after the time lapse as well. Dropping down some ATMs as well. Got to make sure people have money when they're out over here. They might be in the middle of nowhere, but that doesn't mean everything's free, right? And then yeah, just capping off the surfaces over here. One could say I'm ice capping them. I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm feeling the fatigue, folks. This has been a long session. This has been a long session. But yeah, so that's I think as much of the work I do down over here today, because again, we'll come back to it later. We'll do more. I don't want to do it when I'm tired and then call it done, even though it's, you know, not maximum effort. I want to make sure I'm expending maximum effort for these things. So I believe we're reaching the conclusion of our construction. I'm getting the barrier completed over here, struggling with the null barrier, not wanting to travel like I needed to, but that's okay. Story of my life. We'll go around the mound over here. And then I think one last time we're going to flip into nighttime, because I realize there's some lighting to do. Oh, right, of course. First thing we do over here is, wow, this was such a long time lapse, I'm forgetting parts of it. Some of the first stuff we do over here is actually we get the toilet block over here as well. So if you don't go all the way to the dome, the viewing dome, you can still, you know, use the washroom, get your drinks and food over here as well. I decided to put that Inukshuk up there as well because I think it looks absolutely awesome. And then over here we want to build a sign for your entrance into the polar plunge. Again, I really like the idea. The name holds that idea nicely as well. It's a good alliteration. And again, it's from a long time ago. I actually can't remember what episode we first got the polar bears in, but it was in December, right? It was after the Arctic Pack released. And boy, oh boy, have we made a recovery since then. And you'll notice we've actually spent a lot of money in this time lapse as well, because each of those segments of the dome costs, was it 11,000? I think it's 11,000 bucks. So it's a very expensive construction, but worth it. Now over here, I saw a great suggestion. With all these polar bear mafia jokes, I'm all for them. I love them. But I got a suggestion to get a polar bear and put some like cool shades on it. Unfortunately, the only like standing bear that's available is the grizzly bear, and the shapes that I would use for it aren't the right size, so couldn't do it, but I love the idea. Now here, just trying to light up the polar plunge sign. I'm trying to find the right way to do it. Ultimately, I go with the area light. Again, just something soft. I want it to feel like quaint and soft, not too harsh or, you know, bright. Same thing down over here, just a couple of lights. I want it to be kind of dim. Want to have this dark entry point, and here I start working on this and I realize we're going to leave this for later. Just capping off the dome and things like that. We'll do it later. But now here is, oh, I don't even know how to describe this. I'm so happy with how this ends up looking. I wanted to create the Northern Lights, basically. I wanted to feel like you were maybe looking up and seeing the Northern Lights in action. And if you were to look up from inside, you'd see the purple and greens, you'd see the stars among them. We go through it in regular motion as well, but I am very happy with how that dome looks, both from the inside and from the outside. I'm so pleased. And again, I hope y'all are as well. But that's it for this time lapse as we put down these education boards and some more donation bins and some speakers as well. That's the time lapse. A lot more to do in regular speed, though. You'll get a better view of the dome as well as some other things. Back to regular speed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the time lapse. That was a long one. That was actually one of the longest time lapses I've done in a very long time, actually. That was almost 2 hours in length. A lot of it struggling with, of course, this dome, but I'm very glad. You know, I feel like the theme of this episode is like perseverance, bringing back the polar bears. We're dealing with difficult to build things. I'm very happy with this dome, is what I'm getting at. Funnily enough, I couldn't cap it because the moment I capped it, even if it was with glass, the solar panel stopped working. So we've left it open here so that the sun can get through, even though, you know, it can get through the glass. And wow, look at the visual glitches we get actually when we get too close. Well, let's just make sure we don't do that. It's because of all the lighting and stuff. But folks, oh my God, I am so happy with so much of what we've got so far. And before it all comes, you know, crumbling down, or before it all melts away, I guess is more fitting to say. Let's just go over some of the things that you know I'm particularly pleased with. So Polar Plunge was a name that was suggested a long time ago when we first put the polar bears in. It was suggested that we use the name Polar Plunge for an area where you can go underwater and see the bears, you know, swim and stuff like that. Or you don't go underwater, but you go through like an underwater tunnel or something like that. And so, you know, when I was building it, I knew exactly what I was going to call this area. So this is the Polar Plunge. You get through over here, and I kept it very dimly lit. I don't want it to be too bright, actually, because basically what I want to do from like an experiential perspective is you come through here, it's very dark, you know, you catch a glimpse of the polar bears. Now, if it's during the day, obviously it's not so dark, but at night is when the Polar Plunge, you know, I'd almost charge extra to let people experience this. But yeah, you know, you come through here, you see the polar bears, you learn a little bit, you keep going. You know, again, dimly lit stores. Now, these stores will need some names. We have a Cosmic Cow ice cream, we have a Street Fox coffee, we have a Pizza Pen, and then on the other side over here as well, we've got a couple of toilet blocks, and then we have the Hats Fantastic, which I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, we cannot just sell fedoras. The polar bear mafia jokes have evolved into decisions, but unfortunately, we cannot only sell fedoras, but we can pretend that's what they do here. Fedoras and shades. And then there's the info center. So we've got a couple names we need over here. And I believe, actually, we never actually named these either. There's a Gulpy Soda and a Monsieur Frites. So if you have any name suggestions, put them down in the comments below. But yeah, so there's all that. You come through here, and then you take these stairs, and you go up. And, oh, this is intentional, by the way. I thought it'd be nice to have like a little bit of snow over here. But you come up this way, and you enter. And here, I was going for, and maybe I mentioned this in the time lapse as well, but I was going for the Aurora Borealis. I'm actually really pleased with how this looks. Apart from the little bit of glitching that's going on over there, game. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that. But can you like just stand? Like I could sit here for hours and just, you know, watch the polar bears off in the distance. You know, hopefully they'll come up over here to eat or something, and just chill and look up and enjoy the night sky. I mean, the saddest thing. Oh, you know what'd be nice as well is if we actually replicate this around and do this as well. One of the things that so I'm a city boy. I like my cities. I like the hustle and bustle. But one thing I don't like about it is that you cannot see the stars. I love seeing the stars, and I thought this would be a nice opportunity to let people see, quote unquote, the stars. You know, even though they're in very much within a city space, I imagine. But yeah, just can't nail that. There we go. Had to activate this camera. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this looks. The hot spots, and then how it kind of like falls off and fades away and turns to the green, and green and purple work really nicely together as well as colors. We have little baubles acting as stars. Oh, it makes me so happy. I hope y'all like it as well, because I certainly do. But as always, you know, let me know your thoughts as well. I'm curious to know what y'all think about the execution. I've never seen the Northern Lights. I've always wanted to, and I might make my way out at some point in the next couple years or so. But This is, I guess, is the closest I'm going to get until then. Man, really pleased with this. Really pleased with that. But yeah, so the whole idea of like it's really dimly lit until you get over here, and then it's nice and bright. And by the way, over here we're teaching about climate change as well as the ozone layer. I felt like it made sense. Solar panels and all that. So really happy with that. And plus, I think it looks nice from up on high as well. It's a very interesting little artifact off in the distance there. Oh, it's so wild to see. All right, I think that's enough time spent in the dark and enough time spent paused. We are going to actually bring our bears back now and see if we're able to sustain them. First of all, though, actually, before I forget, let me go ahead and go to our work zones over here. And do we have... Yes, we do have the Arctic one. Let's go ahead and add these two. I've got the ATMs, I've got the ride, I've got these ATMs, and I've got all of these. And of course, this has to actually be assigned an animal before we can do anything. Or actually, hold on a second. That's not true. Is it already included? Where is Arctic? Problem here. What's the problem here? Why don't you count as a habitat? Oh, because there's no gate anymore. Oh, weird. When did I get rid of the gate? It was a mistake, obviously. There we go. Pop you down. So now... Whoops. Now this should count as a habitat. Let's go ahead and check. Arctic. There we go. Add you in there, buddy. And that should allow all these coolers and stuff to function as well, because we've got power in the area. One thing, so we've got power in the area. Oh, of course, just short. Just short over here. Come on. Come on, game. Fine, I guess we'll do that. This will bother me. That'll bother me, so let's go ahead and just nudge this over ever so slight. Come on, game. Work with me here. Work with me here. Oh. Why? It's going underwater. What? You know what? It's fine. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, so we gotta get our education boards in. We gotta get the animals in. And then we'll be... Oh, look at the reflection, too. Oh, my God. I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this. Let's go ahead and save the zoo first before a crash happens. Put the bears in here, and let's see, you know, how they hopefully work out for us. Hopefully. I wanted to do that little look around at night, because when we do our tour, and I do intend on doing a tour, I want to do it during the day, so I wanted to get that nighttime experience in right now. All right, so we've got what? We've got our bears already. Let's go ahead and send the bears in. We're probably going to need more staff. In fact, if I take a look at our staff right now, does anybody have... A lot of these people have no work zone. I don't think we have anybody working the Arctic zone. I find it weird that it doesn't actually tell you how many people are working in a specific zone. Go ahead and add these as well over here. Why not? I wonder if I shouldn't just hire a bunch of like staff for the time being. Let's actually, on that note, go ahead and upgrade some of these people. It's so funny. Between multiple sessions, I've been paused for so long that there's still some people that I can't trade, or train, or there's still some people that I've already told to get trained. Kind of weird to think. But okay, those guys are all being upgraded, and I think we could, in fact, get... Yes, let's go ahead and go to staff and hire. Let's say a couple caretakers. This is a big area. Hire a couple caretakers. Let's go ahead and hire a couple... No, one keeper should be enough, I think. Let's get a mechanic in here. Let's actually get a security guard. I don't do enough for security. And in fact, I should probably get some security cameras down underground. Go ahead and set you to Arctic. Glad I don't have to scroll down too much. Drop this down, set you to Arctic as well. Get all these guys working this Arctic area. Whoops. Oh, bins. I also didn't put bins down in the hallway. Man. I hate how dirty these people, like the guests, can be. All right, that's all set. Let's go ahead and get some trash cans, shall we? It's also weird to look back and see how this area is so barren. I completely forgotten how much I'd just gotten rid of stuff when our cash situation happened. It's wild. Arctic bin, there we go. Let's go ahead and pop you down over here. Nope. Pop you down over there. Let's get one down over here. And we want to get a bunch down over here, right? Because people are animals. Come on now. There we go. 1, 2. I don't want to block the view. One right next to the ATM. I feel like it makes sense. You know, you get your receipt, you toss it. Put one over here, one over here. Get one over here, and then another one over here. And up over here. If people start making a mess in this area, I will scream. Made such a beautiful space for them to litter up. Ugh. Do that, and then let's go ahead and put one over here as well. All right, that ought to do the trick, right? That's got to do the trick. So that should be good enough to keep this area clean. And all right, security camera. Sorry. I even double checked before I resumed real time. I was like, have I done everything? Will I need to pause and do anything? And I was like, no, I've got everything. Completely forgot about security. Completely forgot about security. But that's okay. Problem easily solved. And I'm gonna leave the this space for later. There's still a lot of, obviously nothing's ever done, right? So this isn't done yet. I still have to do a lot of work down over here in terms of getting, you know, hiding some of the holes and stuff like that. So there's still some work to be done, but I'm gonna leave that until, you know, next session or later, one way or another, just because I feel like we spent so much time on that time lapse already. I wanted to, you know, actually get the bears in today as well, and have to make sure this episode doesn't end up so long that I can't render it in time. That is something I have to consider all the time, is actually, you know, rendering and uploading and releasing on time. I like staying on schedule. Anyway, enough time spent on pause. We spent over 100K, I think, or no, not 100K, but like 30K maybe in that time lapse. We're at 1.2 million. Let's go ahead and send our animals into the zoo. Pedro, man, we're having a hard time getting rid of you, aren't we? I believe if I go to zoo animals, I don't think it'll be visible over here, actually. Polar bear, ILMNOPQRST, LMNOP. Oh yeah, they will. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Let's almost click release of the wild. Move you all to habitat 29, which also requires a name. So polar plunge is the name of this like experience, if you will. What is the name of the habitat? That's the question. So let's go ahead and unpause. It'll take the game a minute, I think, to calculate the new paths and everything, and then we'll go ahead and see how the bears perform. I got enough donation bins, I think. We got to get the education boards actually educating about the polar bears, because otherwise, well, oops. So let's make sure we do that, but we can't do that obviously until the bears are actually in. What's the problem here? Habitat cleanliness. Oh, looks like that was a false alarm. These guys are about to be in their ideal temperature. What's the deal over here? You guys not chilling the space out? There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Facility broken down. Off to a good start. Off to a good start. Put these down over here. There we go. Now what facility is broken down? ATM. Well, can't have that happening. Let's repair that right away. All right, polar bears are coming through. Can't find an accessible staff room with space. I need bigger staff rooms. I really need to get on that sooner rather than later. I do. And I do need to also fix these stations and change their settings. They're actually working properly. I think they're all set to do not block. Always forget where the settings are. There we go. Don't block station. Station 77. 21. Don't block station is on for you. In comes the snow. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for the snow to come in. Alright. Don't block station is active for all of them. Here they are. Welcome back. Finally, after such a long time, they are back. Not enough hard shelter. Right, that's something I should have considered. And not enough space. Ooh, wait, the water isn't being... Oh, you know, they probably can't access the water is my guess. Oh, they can't get down there. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That's not how this was supposed to work. That's not how any of this was supposed to work. Let's go ahead and, first of all, terrain. Let's go ahead and sculpt. That's why they don't have enough space. Because they don't think they can get down there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do that. And you know what? As much as I wanted this to be a natural barrier, I think we need to go ahead and edit this. And make this into a fence. We cannot have a bear running around freely. I think I can probably swing this. Let's go ahead and make that all chain link. And then let's unpause it. And I believe... Just got to update. There we go. There we go. And now... Land area is a little small. Not enough water either. Okay, fair enough. They can actually get up over here, which is nice, but they can't get around. Okay. Okay, not a surprise there, I would say. Because this is too bumpy, I guess. We get rid of some of these lumps. Then what happens? Then what happens? Let's take a look here. Okay, so they can go a little bit further up this way now. All right, well, we can figure this out. We can figure this out. All right, but they are unhappy with the amount of space they have and the amount of water they have. Fair enough. So how do we go about fixing that? A couple different ways. Let's go ahead and, first of all, it's crazy. They need a lot of space still. Like, yeah, it's been reduced, but they still need a lot of room. Okay, so let's go ahead and edit this barrier, right? And let's remove entire chunks of you. Let's go ahead and remove all of you. Move you as well. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop the terrain down over here. Right? Pop you down, pop you down. Let's go ahead and do this. Wish I could see. This is the problem with, there we go. With everything being snow. You can't really tell what you're doing. Alright, hopefully that kind of does the trick. A little bit. Maybe. And people can still see them from over here. I'm a little worried about the views. I'm also a little worried about how snowy it is. Alright, let's go ahead and edit the barrier. Over here. Make it a null so that I can actually curve it, right? Start straight over there and then curved section. Come on now, there we go. All the way out there. Loop you around. All right. That loop you around, there we go. All right, so if this all becomes a chain link fence. Let's see if that does the trick. So chain link. Sorry, wait, it doesn't need to be chain link. It needs to be steel mesh. Or is chain link enough? Let's check. Polar bear. Polar bear, where are you? Elemento P. Polar bear needs to be grade 4. Right. Why was I doing chain link? Grade 4 or higher needs to be steel mesh. That's what it is. Go over to there. That's one thing that really bothers me is how much this user interface overlaps the bear. Look at that. You've got all this room and you decide to stack up. And no matter where you are, you decide to stack up. Like, come on. That really actually bothers me about the UI. There we go. So steel mesh is what we want here instead. Okay, perfect. Glad I checked that. So hopefully now this is a bit more close to enough space. But even then, it's not enough water, even if it is enough space, let's say. So here's what I want to do. I want to... No, not there. Push you down over here. All right, make another little area for them to swim. I could expand this area as well. Okay, there we go. A little bit of room there for them to swim. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to place down my... I forgot to do this earlier. My big glass dome. Put you down like over here. Like so. This might be a bit bigger than they actually need, but something like that. 11,000 for one of these. And if I go ahead and just remove a section here. This was my plan for their hardcover. And I just forgot to execute it during the time lapse. There's so many moving parts. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of both of you. So they should be able to get in here. I believe this is tall enough for them to get in. And we'll put down some bedding in here. If I go to habitat and I go to polar bear, I believe. What did I do? Oh, I hit R. Habitat, polar bear, not panda bear, polar bear. Extra large bedding can go down over here. Now again, this is a little too big. So I might even make it smaller. I can lower it to make it a bit smaller, but this should give them enough room to cover, like enough hard shelter. Let's go ahead and check though. Wow. Okay. Okay. Does this update right away? It does not. Okay. I was like, don't tell me that this was worth nothing. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit play. Hard shelter is good. Terrain is good. It's a little small still. And not enough water. Oh no, there we go. So enough land, but not enough water. All right. Like just enough land. Ugh. All right. Undo that. Let's go ahead and push you down a bit more. Go ahead and make that in the water. No, we'll go a little bit higher than that. There we go. I'm gonna make some nice shapes as well, you know. This is why previously I had so much water, because they do in fact want a fair bit of water. Alright, I wanna look at you. Oh, we gotta hit play, right? I keep forgetting. Well, it's gotta be enough, close to enough. Oh, that's the disease risks. I guess that wasn't a false alarm. Let's check this real quick. Call the keeper. Clean that up. Where are we? Oh, so disoriented. There we go. Come on, bears, how are you doing? Diseased animal discovered. We're getting a lot more diseases lately. This latest update, I think, has changed the way a lot of this stuff works. Alright, we need even more water. Wow. Yeah, see, they need a fair bit of water. Let's go ahead and... Oh, how do we want to play this? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I could do... Could connect these two. Well, not much of a connection. Drop you down. I want to make sure we actually get as high up as possible over there, though. I want people to have a nice submerged view of the animals. One thing I could do is... Because I don't want to modify this. I like how this looks. And I don't want to futz around with water too much. That's my trauma. Well, the water. Oh my god. Go ahead and do that. Maybe that's enough water. And we'll move the, I'll move the coolers afterwards. I just want to see if this updates. Gotta be more water now than what it was before, right? Okay. There's more water, but now it's not enough land. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Getting there. Add this barrier, right? Come on, user interface. Work with me here. Move all of you over. Right, that just adds a little bit more room for our bears to play, and that might do the trick. Still, wait, was it still not enough water, though? Yeah, still just short of enough water. Well, how could we play this? All right, here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Just to make it a bit more interesting than having, you know, just a couple giant lakes. Go ahead and pop you down over there. And there. So now, you know, you can get a nice view from up over here as well of them swimming, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Go ahead and hit play again. So much, like, finickiness. Finicking? So much finicking, I guess is what I'm going for. Okay, so now we have enough water, but not enough land. Okay. Okay. Let's see. let's see. What are we looking at here? Habitat. You have access to all this. You do have access up there. I mean, I wonder if I should just give them more room over there. Or, I guess I could give them more room down over here. I didn't want to do that because people get upset when the bears are down over here all the time, which is why I've blocked this off. But apparently, that's biting me in the butt right now. I guess what I could do is I could push this back a little bit further. Here, what we could do is, let's edit this. Pull you out that way. Come on now, there we go. Move you down to here. Right. And now, we unpause. All this to make a couple bears happy. Well, literally a few bears happy. Oh my god, but the cutest bear. Look at that. Oh my god. What a cutie. Lots of diseased animals. I'm guessing those are the peafowl. Alright, cool. Water, land, good over here. Let me see what's going on over here. Yes, these guys all have diseases. Honestly, very tempted to just throw them all out. But, not what we do here. 41 animals. Imagine they all have diseases. We have a lot of undiseased. Well, unfortunately, we can't get rid of the babies. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of the adults, because honestly, the healthy adults. I'm not actually going to remove a bunch of unhealthy animals. The whole point of a zoo like this is to ensure animals are doing all right. Get rid of a bunch of you. All right. Release to the wild. Let's be honest, we're not going to be able to trade them for a lot of money. 343 conservation credits is not bad. Okay, away they go. A couple of them are still diseased, obviously, in here. But that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead into our animal list. We're going to look at our habitat animals, the peafowl. Where are we? Peafowl. Indian peafowl, I guess. Yeah, there we go. All of you on contraceptives. I don't need any more peafowl babies. And you know what? Once they eventually all die out, we'll go ahead and we'll swap them out. Go, there we go. Wish I could select all. Alright, there we go. Done. Done. Hopefully that'll help. Unless it's a disease risk, well, that's why we're sending a keeper. Yeah, it is filthy in here. Is it litter? Are people throwing litter, or is it, Okay, no, it's like feces and stuff. Okay. If it was people littering, man. Vet research is complete as well. This is more for the Bactrian camel. Good stuff. Active disease. I hate seeing that. But I do want to get some more polar bear research done. Because, again, you can't research an animal if you don't actually have it out and about. Because your vets have to go and research the animal. So let's get little Frank working on the polar bears. And let's go ahead and... What am I doing here? Right. Couple things to do. I just realized I haven't put down any education boards or anything up over here, so let's go ahead and drop education board. Yeah, it is wild to see how much I removed way back when. Let's put a speaker down over here. So wild to see. Up your range, there we go. Set you and set you up. No power, really. Really, what's our power limits? Oh, up to there. Okay, okay. Gonna have to get another solar panel, I guess. I just sworn I had one over here earlier, but even that's not good enough. The range on the solar panels, in my humble opinion, is a little too short. I could put one down over here, I guess. Like, what else are we doing with the space, right? Nothing. Sure, let's go ahead and put you down over here. We can probably put another one down over there if we need to, but I don't think we do. Go to our work zones. And make sure that is in my Arctic work zone. There we go. Done. Okay, so. Education board's down over here. Need a little bit of love as well. Get you all on the polar bear work. Let me make sure. Yeah, range is good. And up over here as well. Get you on the polar bear. Range should be good. I checked it with a different animal. Range is good. Go ahead and... Oh. polar bear, and polar bear. All right, cool. So that should be that. We should be able to now put down some things to like feed these guys and stuff as well. So let's go ahead and habitat, polar bear, large feeding tray down over here, so people will get a chance to see them from this area. But I also want to put down, let's see, what do I want to put down? We need some toys and stuff as well. Enrichment, food enrichment. Put this down up over here. Again, I do want to see, I want to see them moving around up top there. Move you over here. Get you over, no, get you over here. Let's get you over here. Duplicate you over there. Get another one over here. God. Get one over here. Just to cool this area off a little bit. I know I have a heater in the area as well, but I'm hoping the cooling will overtake. Okay, so back to the habitat. If I get the tree scatter feeder, they're going to come up over here. Maybe I'll put a toy down over here instead. Do like a rubbing pillar or something. Whoa. Okay, all right. You know what? I'll work with that if it means the animals can reach it. And let's go ahead and get a tree scatter feeder for food enrichment. Up over here, maybe. So decent views over there, decent views over here, hopefully. Let me just quickly check what the animals are saying. Enrichment is low. Terrain is great. Yeah, terrain is great. Environment's great. Enrichment is poor. Okay, I guess I could get a second rubbing pillar. Something like that. Get rid of this. Let's see if that kind of does the trick. Enrichment. Nope, 2 rubbing pillars does not do the trick. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get, what? A bobbin. Let's get a prey-scented sack. Or actually, let's get the wind chimes. Do that. Hopefully. Hopefully. Alright, it's just not loading the bar up, but we can see the numbers are up. Alright, cool. So now, let's go ahead and unpause. And first of all, see, yes, everything is green, everyone is happy. Good, good, good. Excellent. And can you actually reach? Can you actually reach? You can get up there. You can't get to the rubbing pillar, it looks like, though. Neither can you. Let's see if I delete this. And I delete this. Titan Beetle has that offspring. Don't get me started on that game. Move you over to here. Then what happens? Okay, there we go. There we go, okay. I guess the actual items count as, oh, that's weird. I guess I moved you a little too much over. That. Then what happens? Okay, that's really weird. How does that make any sense? What just happened? We were just fine until I moved that. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Has been in box for too long. Unbox all these animals, please and thank you. There we go. These diseases are hopefully being taken care of. Where are we? There we go. Alright. Could use a little bit more cooling, it looks like, up around these parts. The cooling alone must be so expensive. So expensive. But it's okay. It's for a good cause. Now, are people coming through is the question. Got a couple people coming up. Oh my god, littering already. How is there litter before people have arrived? How is there litter before people? Put you over there. Put you over here. Does this path need to be connected? No, it doesn't. We've kind of fundamentally changed how this stuff works. Do we have any vendors? I mean, we're oh, right, that's why. Open you up. We might need to get some vendors. I'll have to double check. Looks like an inspector has arrived, and they will be checking our... Oh, okay, camels. I was like, are they about to check our... Nope, pandas. They're not checking our polar bears. All right, cool. A little bit of stress. That's okay. I'm also stressed. I'm also stressed. I just want to see and make sure that the polar bear is doing okay. It looks like they are. Looks like they are. And we're still making money. Keeper's able to come through. It's good. Dangerous animal has escaped. Okay, first of all, Buddy's barely dangerous, okay? Let's be honest. Too cute to be dangerous. Second of all, oops. Let's go ahead and add a step. Come on now. Add a step over where here, I guess. Roughly should do the trick. There we go. I gotta go all the way around and bring Buddy back. All right, it's okay. It's okay. It'll take some time, but it's okay. All right, let's, you know what? While that's happening, I really want to see the bears up there. Where are they right now, actually? Knowing my luck, they're going to go everywhere except for where I want them to be. Oh, yeah, of course. They're all just chilling down over here. I wonder if the view is okay from over there. They are so cute, though. I wonder if the view is okay from up there. Multiple animals with low welfare. That's just because your exhibit is dirty, I'm guessing. Yep. And too large a social group. Alright, well, that's an easy fix. And then we shall go on a little tour of the zoo. A little tour. Go ahead and send all of you to Trade Center. That should help, but again, the cleanliness is still a problem. Gotta get more keepers in here. Anyway, let's, okay, we're playing at regular speed. We're 1.2 million, still making money, still making profit, so that's good. And let's, again, I'm not going to actually move as somebody. I'm instead going to just control the camera, because when you move as somebody, they meander a lot. So episode 50, the polar bears are back. And let's just take a look at the state of our zoo, right? Because if we look from up top, this is why I wanted to do beautification last episode. Look from up top, like this is starting to feel, at least, you know, up to there-ish. Starting to feel like a pretty complete zoo, you know. Things are filled in and whatnot. But anyway, let's do our little tour over here. Pull you down, camera. Come down with me here. There we go. All right, so you come in, you know, you check it out. We could also redo all this, by the way. We are able to edit this, so I might actually want to do that for an upcoming episode too. But you come through, right? You're super excited to see the animals like these kids were moments ago. You're like, yeah, I can't wait to see stuff. You come through in giant welcome sign. We've got a little bit of, you know, water here and there. I'm really happy with how the entrance looks, actually. So crowded. And then you could either come around the... Well, no. There we go. Come around the bend over here and say, I know I want to see those polar bears. So let's go up the stairs, running up the stairs because I'm super excited. You come up over here and you can wait for the train to arrive. And train will hopefully make its way over soon. But yeah, you know, that's if you want to take the train. Well, we'll check the train afterwards. Go down this way. Well, let's say you came back from the polar bears. Now you want to check some of these animals down over here. Very quickly go down this way. The zoo is huge as well. Such a crowd. Such a crowd. Make our way over to Moria Plaza. Beautiful entrance. Still so very happy with this. Still one of my favorite sections, I think, of the zoo. In fact, you know what? You tell me yours. In the comments, let me know what your favorite section of the zoo is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You come through. You go, yeah, I want to see these squawking, diseased birds. They're my favorite. Come through. And maybe take a walk among the birds. See little babies eat and go, wow, how can you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peafowl and not one of them has any color? 6. And that one's taking a poop. All right. There we go, finally. Take a little walk around with these birds. Chase them around because, you know, you're a bratty child or something. I don't know. Don't go into the hedge maze, even though you totally could. And maybe if you're a child, you sneak in. But yeah, okay, cool. You know, you're done with these birds. Make your way over to yet another train station. With the crowd over here. I need to check. I need to check the train timings and stuff. People aren't unhappy yet, but that's twice now I've arrived at a train station without a train actually being there or anywhere close. So I move on. Go over this way and just look at how lush and green this space looks. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. You come through. Oh yeah, I want to check out the gharial. I didn't know this was an animal. I didn't know what this thing is. I didn't. Before this game, I didn't realize the gharial was a thing. Oh, and you realize that one's so much closer. Oh, buddy left the door open. You can sneak in. Oh, God. Oh, God, that one's like running towards me. It's like, oh, no. All right. That's pretty cool. Nicer view over here. It's so shiny. That one caught my scent. All right, and keep going. Ooh, awesome. Excuse me. For a moment here. Do my own personal spot checks. There we go. All right. Done there. Keep moving. Nothing to see over here. Any other babies? Oh, you can maybe... Oh, we're going to catch him. Got a dip. Get him for a dip. Come on. Come on. Get out of my way. That's so cool. Just... It's a weird experience. Oh, man. All right. Moving on. Do those people's as donations. Good to see people are actually, you know, looking at these education boards as well, learning the difference between a gharial and a saltwater crocodile. Are we able to see one from here? No. Look at the crowds here as well. And again, so lush and green and beautiful. These boats do come through pretty quickly, so that's good. That's good. We are getting service over here. Very nice. All right, keep going through. And there it is. Bankrupt Night Market. It's so nice seeing the people with like their hats and the balloons and stuff as well. Like, yeah, they're actually interacting with our space. But all right, we're in here now. You know, we can get ourselves a nice donut or something. Oh, awesome. I was wondering if people were using this deck space, and they are. That's great. There comes a boat. That boat's stuck there. It looks like there's a croc in the way, but again, it's, you know, part and parcel of the experience. The crocs will clear out soon enough. Over here, you can kind of like loop around. Get up over here. Is there any animal in here right now? Nah, I think both of them are in the water. Both of them in the water. It's too bad. Oh, no. Oh, there's babies. Oh, this is excellent. This is exactly what I wanted this space to kind of be like, where they come here to rest and you can kind of hover over them and check them out. Is that... Do you have a poo on your back? Oh my God. How does that happen? Oh no, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. There is a... Oh, it's gone. I'm glad I caught it before it disappeared. Okay, great. So eventually we're going to expand this to connect to the India section and whatnot, and to see orangutan and whatnot. But for now, we do not have that connection. But you can go all the way up to the edge over here, maybe catch a glimpse of the crocs from up over here. But otherwise, if you want to go back and see the tigers, you kind of run back and over. Yeah, it's really busy, actually. It's busy throughout the zoo, which is great to see. There we go. Running, ducking, and weaving between all these crowds. Whoa, whoa. All right, there we go. This is a constant crowd as well, which is nice. In fact, let me see. Step out over here. Yeah, it's that one croc is blocking things. What a croc blocker, am I right? All right, let's keep moving. Keep moving. Running back, because now it's time to see the tigers. And the last time we did a zoo tour, we did not get to see the tigers properly. And so this time, I'm hoping... Lots of security guards. Get to see them running their rounds. All right, here we are. There we go. This is a decent view. You can see that one lounging over there. And it's great because there's no fence or anything blocking your view. Well, right now there's a giant sign blocking my view, but that's great. Any more? No, oh, off in the distance. All right. Get a better view here. Rush ourselves over. How do I... Whoa, there we go. I was like, what was the key again? There we go. Oh yeah, see, this is a view. This is a view. I really got to put some fencing down over here. Oh, and you can see off. Oh, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, and then up over here, fix the space up. Oh, yeah, you can. I realized I didn't say out loud the first half of that thought. Can you see the tigers from up here? And you can. Not the best view, but, you know, this view is more about the experience than it is the, I guess, the view itself. We could maybe clean it up a little bit. We could maybe clean it up a little bit. And you can do a little bit of shopping over here as well if you're hungry. I don't think people are really using these all that much. However, they must be if they're excited to see the animals. Oh, yeah, look at that one taking a mud bath. Oh, the little baby running towards us. Oh, and this one, this is, I'm guessing, one of the mums in the water there. Oh, timing. What's happening over here? Excuse me. What a view. What a view. Oh, man. Oh, dropping turds. Dude back there vacuuming it up right away. This is the turd tour. Whoa, hello. Excuse me. Every animal we've made it to has been dropping bombs. I walk by them. All right, let's go ahead and get a better view of the elephants now. Run ourselves down this way. I'm just ignoring so many notifications and stuff right now. There we go. There we go. Duck and weave. Oh, right. Oh my God, I forgot about the flamingos and everything. All right, we'll come back to them. Come back to them. Loop around this way. Man, the zoo is huge. And of course, this area needs some work as well. We got to get our oh, what's the right called? The gondola and stuff. But for now, there we go. Oh man. Definitely a good call, by the way, to remove every other pillar. That was mentioned a long time ago when we were first building this area. No way. Could you ask for a better view? I mean, right over top of them. Sure, some people are asking for a better view. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. But onwards we go. I can hear those notifications, and it's giving me anxiety. And here we can go among the stores, right through the Oasis Outpost to Camelot 1 and 2. So many people over here as well. Has an animal escaped? What are the chances? Is that a baby? Oh, that is a baby. That's gonna be a couple of refunds over there. How did you escape? Gonna have to keep an eye out for that. But back to our tour for now. Deal with that later. That is a good spot. I'm really happy with how things have turned out over here as well. Oh, look at that. That's very close. It's a lot closer than I thought we'd get. Unfortunately, since they don't often seek cover, they don't actually go underneath the Camelot shelters. What a crowd. I do have a baby camel that I want to check in on. As soon as it gets unpacked. Alright. Let's go. Loop around. And now, we don't have to go all the way around the zoo. We are able to go through Flamingo Park. There we go. Are we actually going to be able to see any flamingos? Huge crowd over here. So oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. This is a beautiful space. Even with the trees reduced, from down below, you can barely tell. It looks just as beautiful. Come up over here. That. Game's starting to get choppy on me. Alright, so you can cut through Flamingo Park, go through the water there, and end up over here to check out the bears. You have a good view of the bears? Where are they? Where are you guys? Oh, there they are. Taking cover. Well, okay, if they're taking cover, then rather than go around this way, let's see if we can't. Look at those donations pouring through. This is a crowded space. It's very congested. We could go underground is what I was getting at. Again, this little construct of ours from so long ago. Really happy with how that turned out as well. Oh, yeah. Look at that pack. Oh my god, yes. The little barks. This is just so cute. Alright, let's go ahead and check out these bears. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, yes. Look at that. And look at the little baby in between them. Oh, looks like a little log. Caught the yawn. So happy I caught that yawn. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. And over here, oh, that's such a view. That's such a view. All the wolves and back there prowling as well. Oh, something special. You see the tapirs over here? Gotta like go on your tippy toes. Yeah, you can see one up there, but not the best. And over here we go through the fog and mist and see some of the creepy crawlies. Gila monster, yeah, chilling, basking over here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And of course, you keep going through the food court, you end up at the Eagle Eye. This was another, man, what episode did we make this on? Episode like 14 or something? What a challenge this was. Getting the shape right, getting everything working. Oh, look at that. But look how worth it was. Look how worth it was. Views like this you don't get without a little bit of effort. Oh my god. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh. Alright, and you gotta go running all the way. Like, look at the size of this zoo. Like, Toronto Zoo's a pretty big zoo as well, so this isn't out of the ordinary, but it's just wild to actually get down on the ground level and see the scale of it. See the scale of it. Alright, and we go back upstairs. Now here, we should be able to bend around this way, loop around this way. We could go this way. Before we do that, I actually want to check out... Go for a drink. Go to the Tapir Tavern. Man, I'm really happy with that sculpture as well. Lots of parts that I'm happy with in the zoo, if I'm completely honest. Can we see the tapirs over here? Yeah, we can. Oh, look at the little baby there. They're just so cute. Oh, come on. That's just way too much for me. I can't even right now. Alright, over to the tavern. And over here, yeah, you got a couple spots where you can get some food and drink in. Use a washroom break, because, you know, you've been walking around for so long. Whoa. Oh, hey, there's an inside. Interesting. And then some animals back here. You can check out the fireplace that I don't think gets any use, but looks cool. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if the train arrives as we make our way up here. Whoops. Oh, hey, what do you know? The train is here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, let's go. Ready to ride, let's go, let's do this. Important alert. You really escaped again? Right into Flamingo Park too. I wish I could... I'm gonna have to check that. Why are you stuck there still? Is this not set to do not block? Or I guess minimum rider low. Well, yeah, don't block station is active, so you gotta keep moving. Because you're literally blocking the station right now. Anybody knows what the deal might be here? This is starting to... Alright, let's set a maximum wait time maybe. There we go. Nope, next one. I need the next one. How do I switch to the next train? Those guys are getting there before me. Alright, fine. I'll wait my turn. We're on the next train. Alright, so maximum wait time is necessary then. So again, in our head canon, right? Going around, checked out the zoo, finished our tour. We've arrived here. There we go. And now we're taking the train to get to the polar bears. It's still morning. I'm surprised. I was worried it was going to fall. Night was going to fall. Decent view over here. Catch a glimpse. Catch a glimpse. All right. Get off over there. You know, hypothetically. People are getting on over here as well, which is nice. Cool. You get off over here, and you could either, from up over here, maybe catch a view. Oh, yeah. Buddy over there is having a good time. All right, all right. Or you could experience a very unique experience. I'm down over here, loop around, and head towards the polar plunge. Look at that. Wow, this is actually more crowded than I expected. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I was worried people were not going to use this, but we are seeing use. That's good. That's good. Haven't spotted any litter yet, so that's also good. And yeah, you head out over here. Hopefully you catch some decent views. Yeah, it really depends. It's going to be super finicky, I guess. I might need to get rid of the, oh, there you go. Might need to get rid of some of the snow and stuff over here, though. That's great, though. Well, that's great. And I think that's the zoo. I think that's the zoo. Make your way back up. Head towards the station, I guess. Gotta get in line. And wait for the train to come by. Now the question is, will the train come by? That's the question, isn't it? Maximum wait times. Go ahead and set them up. I'm not sure why the train was acting up at one time. Oh, there's the train over there. I guess it must have been the maximum wait time. It was waiting for its rider load, but it must have had its full load. It was waiting for so long. Yeah, everything else has a maximum wait time. Yeah, it looks like that was the problem. Weird. I don't remember turning it off, but here we are. All right, so again, hypothetically, you will have gotten onto one of the... Where are we? Come on. Well, I guess this is the one you've got onto. No. This is... Well, you know what? Let's do a loop. Let's do a loop from here. Do a train ride. See what it's like. Because we've seen all the animals, I'm pretty sure. The only thing we haven't seen is what the train ride feels like. And we did make some upgrades to it and some changes to it, so... I do think that's one last thing we should do. And that's probably the last thing we're going to do. We'll just double check on the polar bears and stuff. But apart from that, that might be the last thing we do today. Come on, let's get this train moving. What's going on? Are you stuck here again? Waiting for your minimum load, I guess? We have Don't Block turned on as well. Those guys are filling up over there. Hmm. My minimum and maximum wait time, so hopefully it'll sort itself out. Indian peafowl, the wrong ratio. Indian peafowl, man. They are all adults now. They're also very loud. Get rid of a bunch of the males over here. We have way too many males. Alright. Keep you, sure. Release you all into the wild. Take my conservation credits. That should solve that problem. Hey, these trains. I need to figure the trains out. Oh, and of course this one left before I could get onto it. Well, hey, we've ended up here, so there's that. Lots of people getting on, so we should be going soon, hopefully. I want to do a train ride. And if it doesn't work, if this one takes too long, then we'll save it for later, but I'd really like to get a train ride done. And of course, there's still work to do on the polar bear enclosure as well. This main entrance area still needs some work and stuff. But that's something I figured we'd leave for later. Are we gonna get going? Come on now. Hey you, rush, come on. Hurry. Ambling around, there we go. More people coming through. It's good to see so many people coming through. Oh, there we go. We're away. We're away. You can like kind of catch a glimpse of the animals between the trees and whatnot. I like that. I like that. I'll keep moving through. Going past our Himalayas, so to speak, into the China area. And from over here, should be able to get a glance at some of the pandas, maybe. No, what about the polar bears? No, you can't. You can maybe see the polar bears, the pandas. Come on, where are we? Oh, there we go. There's one. There's one. Saw one. All right, fair enough, fair enough. End up down over here. Train stops. People get off. Hopefully, some people. Yeah, some people get off. Now the question is, will this get packed again, and will it keep moving? I think that's part of the problem. Is like some of these are such dead spaces that the train gets stuck waiting for people to arrive. Oh, we got some people coming through. Good, they're actually using the trash bins as well. Oh wow, we got a lot of people coming through actually. I fully underestimated how busy this space might actually be. That's cool. Hello. She's so excited. Good for you. Good for you. I'm also excited. I'm also excited. Let's get going, shall we? I can't wait to get this the China section done as well. So much work to do still. Come on, let's go. I'm so impatient. I just want to see my zoo from every angle possible before things start going wrong. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. And we're up. And again, I don't mind the height here, actually. Hill stations are a very real thing, so I don't mind the verticality over here. Oh, and okay, here we are. You go through, there's the mountains, you get the trees to this side of you. I really like the look and feel of this. Oh, and there we go. The elephants, perhaps. Too far away to catch a glimpse of them, I think. There's so much to look at. Like, I would go on this train ride multiple times. Now you go over our, Souk Bazaar Medina space. Go past Flamingo Park. Loop around. And you end up... This station is probably my favorite station. This station is probably my favorite station. Oh, you're not getting off. Interesting. Oh, all right, cool. It's good to see that people don't... They're not programmed to just like get on and get off at the next stop. She stayed on. My body has stayed on as well. You can actually see the, the inside of Flamingo Park from over here, which is pretty neat. No flamingos from this angle, unfortunately, but that's a part of being at the zoo, right? Sometimes you get unlucky. Nothing special going on over here. This train's not going to get moving, is it? Come on. I know it can be a little boring to watch, which is one of the reasons why I'm so, like, angsty. It's like, okay, got people watching this train. Keep moving. Don't want to bore anybody. And I could have done this in test mode, but half the fun is actually experiencing the wait times and things like that. If I was actually at a zoo with a ride like this and waiting, I wouldn't mind so much. It's anticipation. You're like, oh, yeah, cool. Exciting times. But the feeling that there's other people waiting on me, that's what's got me all angsty. I think I just saw some people try to get in here. Oh yeah, they're looping around the chicane. That's where the chicane becomes annoying. It's like it's taking these people so long to get here. Come on, hop on. There we go. That's got to be enough people, right? Can we get rolling? Can we get rolling? No? Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, more people coming through. That's a big group. It is neat to see the rides, fully functional and whatnot. Come on. Oh, there's another group coming through, maybe? Nah. Oh, wow, these guys didn't make it. What are you pointing at? What are you pointing at? Grizzly Grove. Oh. Whoa, okay, gotta get rid of some of these trees, right. Gotta get rid of some of those trees. Over here. We're at the entrance. Everyone's getting out to probably exit. I think quite a few people are exiting over here. Oh, in comes the rain. In comes the rain. Oh, hello. It is neat to see how busy this space has become. Om nom nom. Oh, you know what? Om nom nom we didn't go to. This was too big. Oh, well, I was just about to say, "Hi, this is where we get off the train, I guess." Nope. Really cool to see this space. Tortoises, umbrellas coming up through the trees. Out at Tapir Tavern. We're not going to go all the way to the polar area because it's polar bear area, because that doesn't make sense. And off we get. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. And of course there is, like I said, Om Nom Nom and Tortuga Galapagos, one of our earliest editions, since moved from its original spot, but... What are you two doing? Oh man, what an adventure it's been. Low welfare, why? Stress? You're a little stressed out. I want to put down some of those bushes or something to cover the view a little bit. Dangerous animals escaped. Look at this cutie. Doing whatever he pleases. Doing whatever he pleases. How did you get out? There we go. There's your escape route. Back here. All of it. Wow. Let's get you back in there. And let's go ahead and block these spaces out a little bit better, shall we? Didn't realize how short camel babies are, but here we are. The sound of that person running to get the camel. Alright, this escape has happened a couple times. That certainly has affected our finances this month and this year, but despite that, if you look at our numbers right now, we're looking pretty good. In fact, we've ended up with more money than we started this session with, potentially. Maybe. Bengal tiger, overcrowding. Oh, that's not good. Send both of you to the trade center. Okay. Gonna have to do a little bit of maintenance. That's the risk with taking a tour, is like so many things happened. I could have probably stopped that injury from happening. I could have spotted it sooner at the very least. Completed some more polar bear research and some camel research as well. Good stuff. Did a lot, actually. And food profits. Let's go ahead and claim that reward. 23k from a year. That is not bad. Now, the rain is a little bit of a gloomy note to end things on. But I think it is the note we're going to be ending things on. This is nice. It's a little bit higher. You just got to go a little bit higher. People are coming through over here. Why are you... You're taking a selfie, I guess? No donations yet. None here either. Put down over here. 340. Not a lot, but it's something. Do we have any donations up over here? None up there. None up there. They're going to have to find a way to be worth it. It's July. We've made 52k. You know what? I think we're going to be fine as far as money is concerned. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think the polar bears are going to sink us again. I think we've got it. Y'all are just chilling in here, aren't you? Yeah, you are. All right, cutie. You... 3.1 years old. You're the note on which we're going to end today's session. Oh my god, look at that face. That is the face of a happy polar bear in a happy home. Look at that face. Look at those eyes. Give me some ear wiggles. Come on. Come on. Wiggle those ears. No? No ear wiggles? No ear wiggles? Okay, have your way then. Folks, this is where we're going to call it a session. This recording has gone on for over 3 hours. So I apologize if the session itself with time lapses and all have ended up a little bit longer than expected. But I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. I'm so happy to see our polar area, you know, finally working. Hopefully y'all like it. Hopefully our execution isn't too polarizing. But I certainly like it as always, so I'm looking forward to your feedback in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the session, like I said earlier, let me know. Leave a like and a comment, folks. Makes such a big difference. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful adventure. 50 episodes is a huge milestone. Year 96, so another big milestone right around the corner. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.